Sometimes it feels like we're being taxed to death every paycheck, every time we buy something, every time we take a deep breath. The government is there for their cut. Nobody likes taxes. If we did, we'd all line up in front of government buildings, waiting for the chance to pay like a 1980s Star Wars opening day. Even though we hate them, we still have to pay them, or the wheels fall off the train. So I looked at all 50 states with their tax burden, and I ranked them from the lowest to the highest. The total tax burden is basically what the typical person pay and taxes. What percentage of their income? What I learned was, in almost all cases, the states that have the highest taxes have larger populations, and the ones with the lower populations have lower taxes. They also have bad schools and poor infrastructure. Nice things are expensive. There are a few outliers. But for the most part, that's the rule. Today, we're ranking the states by their total tax burden, from lowest to highest. Before you watch, see if you can guess the top 3. Leave it in the comment section. Got it? Get it good. Let's take a look. Alaska, no state income tax, because when it's dark for 6 months, the cost of living is sky high and a moose might break into your house. You deserve something for sticking around the government. Even pays you a yearly oil dividend check, which is great until you realize it barely covers your heating bill for the year. The total tax burden in Alaska is 4.93%. This is as of December 2024, or New Hampshire, no state income tax, no sales tax, just a live free or die spirit with high property taxes that quietly rob you in your sleep. New Hampshire is one of those outliers, It's in New England, and for the most part, those states tax the hell out of you, not New Hampshire. They're doing their own thing. The total tax burden in New Hampshire is 5.36%. Wyoming. Most their taxes, I imagine, go to stopping Californians from moving in, different programs like trying to convince people Wyoming's really not there. I bet if these people could figure it out, they'd put one of those domes over the state, like that show that they used to have. Under the dome, the Wyoming state tax burden is 5.70%. Florida, no state income tax. In this state, that's because Disney tourists and hurricane insurance are already doing their best to drain your bank account. Property taxes are reasonable, and until you realize that the homeowner's insurance cost you more than your actual mortgage, also get ready for the unofficial alligator tax, which is the price you pay when one decides to squat in your swimming pool. Florida's total tax burden is 6.05%. Tennessee, yes, another state, middle, 10 states analysis with no state income tax. Instead, they tax the ever-living hell out of whiskey tourism. Taylor Swift references the budget also funds bachelorette party damage. Dage control in Nashville, Tennessee is definitely a tax-friendly state by most people's standards. And it's an appealing state to move to. Outside of Memphis, Tennessee's total tax burden is 6.07%. Delaware, a tax haven for corporations. Meanwhile, actual residents still have to pay weird fees on everything from car registration to breathing too loudly. But hey, at least you can drive across the entire state in under an hour, right? Delaware's total tax burden is 6.043%. South Dakota, no state income tax. Because Mount Rushmore's tourist dollars do all the heavy lifting, it's really weird. South Dakota is becoming a more and more popular state to move to, and there's really nothing going on there except it's affordable and has low taxes. I think people have just fallen in love with its outlaw aura from, like Sturgis and stuff like that. Anyway, the total tax burden in South Dakota is 6.44%. North Dakota, your taxes go to ensuring that North Dakota remains a real state, Despite all the evidence to the contrary, oil money keeps the budget afloat, and the public services are solid for one reason, and one reason only. There's really not that many people to mess them up. The total tax burden in North Dakota is 6.80%. Oklahoma taxes fund, tornado sirens, casinos disguised as gas stations, and a state government that can't decide if it's a real place or just a Texas side quest. Meanwhile, the infrastructure is so bad that potholes are now considered historical landmarks. The total tax burden in Oklahoma is 7.04%. No state income tax middle. 10 states continued again because casinos are already doing the Lord's work by emptying your wallet. The state's budget mostly goes towards Maine, maintaining the illusion that Las Vegas isn't just a giant neon fever dream. Meanwhile, if you live anywhere outside Vegas or Reno, your taxes fund essential services like dust storms and scorpion relocation programs. The total tax burden in Nevada is 7.37%.
Did you enjoy this thrilling exploration? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content. See you in the next video.